Watch the ACC. Watch the SEC.
Athletes Unlimited. Athletes Unlimited is a must watch for our softball catchers. Every time it's on in the summer, I'm like, "Are you watching Athletes Unlimited?" You can go on YouTube and watch it. I mean, it is not what traditional softball catching has been, and they're the best in the world at what they're doing.
They're getting better, and I think this next crew of catching that's coming in that we're seeing at the collegiate level, I think is going to trump that as well because you're getting more hybrid. I guess you would say hybrid caliber catchers. They're not your typical Sally Sue meat truck like me that is a big ass girl that's literally dropping tanks and just literally sitting back there and just catching the ball. Now you're seeing speed on the bases. You're seeing kids hit with power, hitting, slapping, throwing the piss out of the ball, moving the ball, range. Also, they can play other positions too. I remember when I caught, it was like, dude, you're either catching or you're a DH because you are a liability everywhere else. Now you're starting to see these catchers that would catch one game. I know. I played first base, and when I went to Akron, the sun set right in front of the first base, and I was like, fuck that. Like, I am not playing first base. Nope. I will hit. I will sit. I don't care. I'll mentor the freshman catchers. I'm like, I am not playing first base. But you're also seeing, like I said, catchers play in other positions. Like, I know a couple schools that I'm working with, like, they have their number one, but their number one could go play right field if needed or go DH. So now they're creating this battery. And that's the other thing that I'm seeing in college softball is they're developing an entire battery. They're not putting all their eggs in their one catcher anymore. It's like, dude, if something happens to that number one, my number two and number three need to be ready to go. And they need to be roughly around the same range of ability because, like I said, the receiving piece. If you got a girl that moves the shit out of the ball as your number one, and then your number two is more of a traditionalist, now you're giving the umpire a totally different view. You're giving your pitchers a totally different view. That's mental. That could fuck somebody up. Like, you went from somebody that's getting those pitches outside the zone to, shit, now my catcher's hamstringing me because she doesn't think it's a strike. Like, so that's why I think this next generation of catchers is just going to be better across the board, whether they play professional here or over, Team USA or over in Japan and all this other stuff. I just think the athleticism and the overall ability of the catcher is getting a lot better. But like I said, when I do these workshops, I've implemented video breakdowns before we even get started. I'm like, hey, I'm just letting you know these are the universities I work with. They allow me to share this information, which is absolutely huge because they could be gatekeepers. Like some programs are like, no, don't be sharing our shit, So I'm like, hey, this is what these guys are doing, and take videos if you want. So if your coach comes in.